Do you struggle structuring the content of your YouTube videos? Do you want to convert more viewers into subscribers? In this live stream, I'm going to talk about how to write a video script template so you can convert more viewers into subscribers. So I think that one of the most difficult things is how can you convert your viewers into subscribers through structuring your video content correctly. So just to give you a little bit of a backstory, when I first started creating videos, I would write out a script and then I'd try to memorize the whole script, or I would try to read from the script. So you could see my eyes going up and down all the time, and when you do that, you don't really connect with the audience. So I want to kind of go through some points of how you can write a script, then how you can present the content of the script without sounding like a robot, but most of all, look at some of the benefits of actually doing that. So I kind of let me just start off with, my name's Herman Drost from DrostDesigns.com, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, my channel is all about how to grow your audience on YouTube, then generate traffic, leads, and sales on autopilot. Because the beauty of YouTube, unlike any other social platform, is that you can get a video ranked on YouTube, and then that video can be working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, year after year. So it can continue generating traffic, leads, subscribers, bringing people into your opt-in list, email list, etc. So that's a beautiful thing about YouTube. So if you haven't already subscribed, then click the subscribe button. And I upload new videos every Monday and Thursday. Then generally do live streams on Fridays, and then also have a Facebook group as well that you're welcome to join. So I wanted to welcome Ali Hassan. Good to see you. And John, good to see you, John. And Technical Muna Tips and Tricks. Good to see you guys. So yeah, just to kind of give you a little bit of a how I kind of evolved through my doing videos. Like from the beginning, as I said before, I would try to just write out a script and then try to read the script on the video. But if you see people that are reading from a piece of paper or reading from a teleprompter, often it's difficult to connect with your audience. So from there, I would try to memorize. Well, actually, first I tried a teleprompter, but that was a waste of time because I couldn't keep up with the words coming on the screen, so I kind of threw that away. And then I went to trying to memorize the whole script. But then I found out, I scripted it out and then tried to memorize the whole thing, but then I found that took too long. And so after that, what I did was I tried to memorize maybe one section or just a few sentences, and then would speak the words on the screen. And I felt, after a lot of practice, you can actually get pretty good at that, and it's not obvious that you're going off a script, but you're just talking to people. So and then after some time, and I think this takes practice, is that just going off some bullet points, making an outline, and then going off the bullet points if you know your material. So then you can just maybe jot down even a keyword or maybe a one-line sentence, so you can kind of stay on track as you go through your video. So that's kind of where I am now. Sometimes I go off the cuff if I know my stuff, but still I try to write out a script so I can stay on point, and in case I go off on a tangent or start rambling or something like that. So in this video I'm going to talk about how you can write a video script template so you can convert your viewers into subscribers on your channel and also on your email list. So when you get people on the email list. So I guess the question is, why should you create a video script template? So I want to give you kind of some of the main points about that. I think the main point, as I mentioned before, is to stay on track. So you want to stay on track. So just following a set of bullet points on a piece of paper is a great way to go. And then, all right, TJR, good to see you. You mentioned about doing all editing on the phone. Well, you can actually also use the phone to, a note app on your phone, and then just, you can just kind of look down at your phone. If you have your phone up here is it on here? So use a note app on your phone, and then you can, just kind of look down and then, just keep on track that way. So, I think also the good thing about having a script is that you can communicate more effectively with your audience. So you don't go off track, you avoid the rambling, and people can also see that you have a structured presentation in your video. So the idea of a template is that you create a general template of, you write a general template, video script template of the things that you want to cover in your video. And then you can use that template for all your future videos. So then, when people come into your channel, they'll see there's a particular format that is for it. So it also helps you to stay organized, because if you just kind of do it off the cuff, then you might go all over the place instead of, kind of going ahead in an organized fashion. So then, with that template or with that script, you can actually repurpose that script. You can take those bullet points or what you've written out and pop it into your video description. You can create a blog post and embed your video along with your description in a blog post. You can take that script and then chop it up into an Instagram post, into a tweet, into an email. You can create an email from it. So, and you can put it on, other social media sites. So there's multiple ways, just by taking that that script that you've created and then modifying it a little bit for, modifying the structure for each video, you can then quickly, it also saves time, because, if you just go off the cuff, you might get off track and start rambling, then you wonder where you are. But with a script, you stay on track, so it kind of saves time, and you're structuring your video, you're communicating effectively, you're organizing, you stay organized, and you can even convert it into a PDF file and then submit it to document sharing sites. You could even possibly use it as a free download. So maybe you've gone through the video, and then you can offer it as a free download in exchange for email list and contact information. So, and then I think the other thing is that if you create a series of scripts, say you have, you've scripted out, say, 5 videos. So you have like 5 pieces of paper that you've created a script on, and then you can just go out and shoot like 5 videos at once following 5 different scripts. Maybe you want to change shirts or something like that. But in that way, you have like organized and saved time, and then you can just, maybe spend a whole morning or even a whole day, especially if you're out on a location, different location. Then you just take the scripts with you, and then say you want to record a video in downtown Washington, D.C., or around the lake, or in the forest, or on top of a mountain, or at the beach. So you can take these scripts with you, and then use them. You don't have to think, well, what am I going to I have to do a video when I'm out on my vacation, but I don't know what to say. Well, just take a script with you and take it out of your pocket, and then immediately you're ready to go to do a video. So you can even have some evergreen scripts ready to go, and so when you're out and about somewhere, you can just take out your phone or take out your piece of paper and record a video. So those are just some of the benefits of creating a video script template. Now I want to go into what are the steps to actually create the video script template. So I'm kind of going into like how I structure my videos, and I'm not saying it's maybe the perfect structure, because everybody has a different way that they may structure videos that works for them or works for their audience. So and that way, you got to figure out yourself what kind of script works best for your audience, works best for yourself. But I'd say the first step is actually you want to hook your viewers. So you want to start off with possibly a question, or you can go straight into saying what the video is about. Like you could say, hey, do you want to convert more viewers into subscribers, or do you want to know how to write? Do you want to know how to write a video script template so you can get more conversions from your viewers to subscribers? So I kind of like the way I started that video. Starts off with a question, so people are already asking in their mind, what is the answer to that question? I hope he's going to convey it in the video. So that's one way to do it. Other people might do it a more entertaining way. So they might do a little skit beforehand, and maybe try to entertain people at the beginning of the video, so that it's kind of catches people's attention. So that's another way to do it, to create sort of a little skit that emphasizes or like it gives a preview of the content that's about to come. And then so when you're doing the hook, you're basically kind of teasing your viewers about what's to come next, and you can even add some music if you wish, or something like that. But then the second point is you're going into your intro. So your intro could contain your intro bumper, like a motion graphic. I would say like 3 to 5 seconds for your motion graphic. Could be a your logo popping up or something like that, or your name. But in your intro, you want to say like who you are. And what I do is generally ask people to tell people why they should subscribe to my channel. So say, my name's Herman Drost. Please subscribe to my channel. It's all about how to grow your audience on YouTube and generate traffic, leads, and sales. Make sure you click the subscribe button and click the bell notification icon. So just kind of a quick intro, because some people might think, well, you have the same intro over and over on every video, but you have to keep in mind that you're getting new people coming to watch your videos. So if your videos are like 3 or 4 years old, like some of mine, there's always new people coming to watch your videos as they find them in the search engines. So, and that way they're probably wondering, who is this person? And then you can quickly explain who you are, what your name is, and what you do, like your unique, in technical terms, what your unique value proposition is. So then they clearly know what your channel is about. And then, so you can also include any branding elements. Could be a logo, your lower thirds. Like in mine, I have lower thirds with my name on it and the website. So when I say my name is Herman Drost from DrostDesigns.com, then up comes my name and website address. So that kind of gets it out of the way, but you do it in a very short time. So I think that's for the introduction. Then after you've done the intro, the third part of the structure is to go into your main content. So your main content is really the meat of your video. And for most of my videos, I try to take people through points. So step one, because most of my videos are tutorials or how-to tutorials. Step one, do this. Step two, do this. So when I write out the script, I'll create specific points. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and then under each number, I'll create bullet points of what I want to cover in that point. So when I look at the script, I look at number 1 point, and then I look at the the bullet points under there, and then I know I have to hit those points when I'm explaining it in the video. So I would say, you know, when you go into your main content, try to structure your main content, because you kind of, your intro, your intro to your video is kind of a preview of what's going to come next. So even in your intro, you could even tease people about what's to come next, or tease people to stay to the end of the video. So please keep watching the video, or stay tuned, because at the end of the video I'm going to give you this free download on how to how to write a script, or I'm going to give you I'm going to show you a case study of how this worked, or how this can work for you. So then people you're kind of teasing people, kind of like, you know, when you listen to the news on TV, they say, well, stay right there, you know, don't touch the dial, because we're coming right back to show you this great amazing hurricane that's coming through Carolina, or this something happening on the news. So they're kind of teasing you to not touch the dial and stay where you are. So in the same way, you could do it in your video, stay right there, or don't leave yet, because I've got a case study that I want to show you. So you could include that in your intro. But in your main content, you want to go through everything through your content in a structured manner, and then while you're going through that, you also want to you could be changing positions, you could add motion graphics, you could add video clips of different scenes to emphasize what you're trying to say. You can also ask people to click the link in the card to watch another video, or to go to a playlist. So maybe you want to go deeper into a particular point, but that takes a whole video to explain a particular point. So then you can say, click the card above. Where is it? Up here, to find out more about this particular point. So, and even if they leave your video and watch another one of your videos, or watch a series of videos on your playlist, that's still good, because it means that people are staying on your video. So YouTube prefers people to stay, for people to stay watching the video. So the longer people stay watching the video, your video will get promoted more in YouTube search, YouTube suggested and browse features, and which is the watch page and channel pages. So basically, your main content, what you're doing is you're expanding on what you promised at the beginning, and then you're linking in a card, or linking in a playlist, linking in a card to a playlist, linking in a card to another video, if you want to explain things on a more deeper level that may you don't want to cover in the video you're doing. And then also what you might include in your main content, just to break it up, you can ask for engagement halfway through your video. You could say, or maybe near the end. Like sometimes what I do is say, hey, I've got an important question for you. What do you think about, how would do you write a script, or do you wing it, or something like that? Post your answer in the comments below. So that reminds me, I have a question for you. How do you write your script? Do you script your videos? Do you wing your videos? Just turn on the recorder and wing it? Or do you write a script? Do you follow bullet points? Do you memorize the whole script? So let me know in the comments or in the chat what you generally do when you create a video. Do you follow a script? Do you memorize a script? Do you just follow a series of bullet points? What method do you use? So, just like I mentioned there, I've broken up the video into asking for engagement. So you can even say, hey, if you like this video, you can make sure you subscribe and give us a like, and then continue forward with your video. So you're just kind of breaking up especially if you've got a tutorial video or something like that. You want to break it up with different scenes, maybe ask a question, have some motion graphics, etc. So your main content is going to be the largest part of your videos. So when you're writing out your script, you just want to make sure that you're covering all the points that you want mentioned in your video, so you don't go off track and you're conveying the content that you promised at the beginning. So then after that, after you've conveyed your main content, you're going to finish off with a call to action. And basically the purpose of your call to action is you're telling your viewers what you want them to do. So maybe you've presented great content to them, and now you've kind of given of yourself. Now you can ask them to reward you, for the content that you've given to them by checking out another video, by subscribing to your channel, by opting into downloading your free report, downloading a cheat sheet, subscribing to your newsletter or something like that. So what you're basically trying to do is that you don't want to actually give people too many options. You say, oh, subscribe to my channel and subscribe to my newsletter and check out the other videos and make sure you download my cheat sheet. So they got 5 different options, and when people have a lot of options, it's like going into a supermarket and seeing a whole bunch of toothpastes that you don't know about the brands, and then you're totally confused about which toothpaste to buy, so you end up buying no toothpaste. So in that way, maybe give 2 or 3 options. Maybe subscribe. When you give your call to action, make sure like if you ask them to subscribe, give them a good reason to subscribe. Don't just say at the end of the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel. But make sure you give them a good reason to subscribe. And then if you asking people to download your cheat sheet or free report, then also say a little bit of it, summarize what they're going to get, so they give them the greatest benefit of downloading your free report. Like one of my free reports is if you want to know what part of your video needs improving, or what part of your channel needs improving, then definitely download my worksheet on how to how to identify how to audit your channel, or how to how to find those points in your video or your channel that need some work. So in that way you can give them a reason why they should download your free report or cheat sheet. Logan's saying, I'll just show this quickly here, has a good question here. Some people say they should do the CTA at the beginning of the video because viewers might not watch the entire video. How do you feel about that? Yeah, as I mentioned, Logan, it's I think the best way to do it is to kind of tease them at the beginning of your video why they should stay to the end of the video. So you call to if your call to action is downloading a cheat sheet, then you can say, make sure you stay to the end of the video because I've got a free cheat sheet or a free report for you that tells you, that shows you exactly how to write a script, or exactly, how to audit your channel, or how to identify the things about your channel that need improving. So I think that, probably depends a lot on your audience, but if you're not sure, you could try the call to action at the beginning and then maybe mention it again at the end of the video. You could try both, and then when you look at your YouTube analytics, you can go into your audience retention graph and see if there's a big drop off at the beginning. Then maybe you could do away with the CTA and go straight into what the video is about. So I think it might take some experimentation, but I would try beginning and end, and see what happens. So I'm going to get to your questions, most of the other questions, after I've finished the presentation. So I got a couple more points to go through. So I talked about the call to action. So the call to action generally is your when it comes to your end screen. So at the end screen, it automatically has the subscribe icon there. Your picture of yourself. So you can add that. You can have a best for viewer video, which YouTube, based upon the browsing behavior of people that watch your videos, it'll show you the best video that's appropriate for the person that's watching your video. So I generally recommend adding that best for viewer video at the end of your video, in your end screen. Then maybe under that you'd have another video, or more specifically or even beneficially, a playlist. So best for viewer, a playlist, and then your subscribe button, and possibly cheat sheet or report. But just something to keep in mind, when you come to your call to action, say if you're offering a free report or cheat sheet, I think the best thing is not to ask it in every video, but maybe, especially if you're doing a series of videos, you could create 3 or 4 videos first, and at the end of each video there, you could direct people to another video, to a playlist that contains those previous videos. Then in the 4th or 5th video, then you could go and ask people to download your free cheat sheet or report. So it's just another idea. Instead of asking, taking people off YouTube in every video, you keep them on YouTube by asking them to check out a playlist or check out another video, etc. So you're kind of keeping them on YouTube for longer. And if they go onto a playlist, that's even better, because then they can binge watch your videos, one after another. So just keep in mind that YouTube wants to keep people on YouTube for as long as possible. So the ways that you can do that, playlist, another video, etc., is some of the ways to do it. So some different things to keep in mind when you're writing out your video script template is you might want to experiment with different script templates. So say if you're doing a vlog style, then probably your script is going to be a little bit different, and you might even create kind of a storyboard effect, saying, when I do this, when I say this, then I want to do this scene. So you could even create a table in your script and say a section is something like when I'm struggling with my videos, and then you could go to a scene where you're kind of climbing up a hill or something like that. So then in your script you could add cut to scene showing climbing up a hill or something like that. So when you go to shoot the video, then you have all the scenes kind of scripted out, and you know what's coming next. So I mentioned you can try different structure of your videos for different scripts. So you can have a series of different. You could have a sales video script template. You could have a review script template, for reviewing products. You could have a interview type script or something like that. So you could have many different types of scripts that you could use for your channel. Another thing is probably to study how study a delivery of your competitor. Say if you're a competitor in your niche, they have a different way of delivery. So I haven't mentioned about how to deliver your script. So maybe we'll go a little bit into that to how to deliver your script without sounding like a robot. So you don't want to just speak your script, memorize it, then just speak robotically, but you want to kind of connect with the audience and kind of speak from your heart instead of trying to keep word for word type of thing. So I guess the question is, how do you read your script without sounding like a robot? So I mentioned some points. If you know your material well, then I would say you could even just in your script, you could just write down the keywords and just memorize the keywords. So it could be intro and have a keyword there, main content, have maybe a keyword there with maybe a few bullet points, and then the call to action that you want to mention. So then as you do your script, you can the whole idea is to kind of connect with your audience. So you want to present it in an authentic and natural manner instead of sounding like a robot. So if you're a beginner just going on video, if you watch some of my early videos, I'm kind of robotic, but as you practice more, you can kind of loosen up. So you can, maybe before you start your video, you could dance to a song, you could do some mouth exercises, you could just kind of loosen up a bit before you actually go into the video. So you definitely don't want to come from a stressful situation and say, oh no, I gotta quickly shoot this video. So you're kind of all hyped up and all tense, and then it's going to come across like that in your video. So I know that who's that guy? I can't remember him. There's one guy on stage. I know that before he goes on stage, he kind of does a lot of exercises to release all the tension, and then goes on stage. So maybe before, if you're very nervous, you want to kind of get rid of that nervousness. So so some points about when you're going through your script. Generally, what I do, if it's some bullet points, I'll look down at my script, or if it's on my phone, I'll look at my phone and that's the point I want to mention, and then you just hit the record button and then just start talking. And then when you've done the first section of your script, or the first maybe your intro, then just pause while you're recording. Don't turn off the camera, but just pause and then look down at your paper or your phone. So in this case it would be the phone, but it could also be your script, your paper. You look at that, look down, that's the next section, and then go straight into the next section of your video. And then when you finish that section, then pause. You're not pausing the video, you're just pausing in your presentation. Then you look down and see what's the next point you want to make, and then continue recording. So you're not stopping and starting the video all the time, but just continuing on. So, and the thing is that the beauty of editing is that you can remove the ums and ahs and the pauses, etc. So you can have a nice flowing video. So another way to do it is that you could just record on your phone. I think Sharon mentioned that when we did a interview some weeks back. She practices on her phone, just talking into a phone, and then plays the recording back just to listen, how you present yourself. So that'll be another idea, is to just record your video, record your voice on your phone, and you just see what it sounds like, and then try to improve it. Another way is to kind of study actors of your favorite TV show or movie, and try, see how they pause and how they present themselves, and then try to emulate some of their ways of presenting. So I know that some actors that you see on TV, you think, wow, it's so real that it kind of draws you into the movie. So that might be an idea too, is to just study some actor. Okay, and another idea is to actually get feedback from others. So when you're presenting yourself on your video, you can even ask, one of your kids or a friend or your wife or whatever to give you feedback on how you are on video. So when you've written out your script and you're presenting your script, presenting what your video is all about, you can get feedback from others. And I think the main thing is to practice. And there's a saying that goes something like, for every hour that you want to be great at something, you got to practice 10 hours. So if you want to maybe create a great introduction, at least practice 10 hours to create a great introduction. And I think along with that is that everything that you try to perfect, takes time. So it's kind of like, when you're physically training, if you want to want to get fit, or you want to build up the leg muscles, then it takes practice, it takes energy, it takes investment. So in the same way as you're presenting your content, you got to build up your presentation muscles, your writing muscles, etc. So that means the more you practice it, then the better that you become. So I was watching one of my competitors, Roberto, and he was talking about when he first began video, he was a very shy kid and couldn't do it. But now he's speaking, he's created 1,000 videos and he's speaking at different conferences, etc. So without a script. So I think the main lesson there is once you know your stuff, you maybe don't even have to have a script in some cases. So, but you can just go off the cuff and just speak extemporaneously to connect with the audience. So, but the idea of really creating a script is that you can create a kind of powerful and compelling and engaging video. That's the whole point of then creating a script that keeps you organized, enables you to communicate clearly, and create a nice presentation for your audience. So let me check if anybody answered that question. About my question before was, how do you structure your videos? Do you write a script? Do you wing it? Do you follow some bullet points? Do you memorize the whole thing? Or do you just memorize a couple of words, couple of sentences? So let me know in the chat or in the comments. Okay, I'm just going to take a quick look at some questions here. So if you've got any questions, pop them in the chat. TJR is saying, I do all my editing on my phone. So I guess that's through iMovie or KineMaster. Okay. Mr. Tourville is asking, can you take an intro from Payzoid? I don't know what Payzoid is, so can't answer that one. And I answered Logan's question about creating a CTA or adding a CTA to the beginning or the end. Generally, if I'm asked in my videos, I generally ask for a subscribe, ask people to subscribe at the beginning of the video and also at the end of the video. So I haven't tested about removing that call to action at the beginning of the video, but I kind of more assumed that, especially for new people that don't know who you are, that it gives them a chance to subscribe to your video. Maybe, as Logan mentioned, some people may not watch all the way through your video, so then at least they can have opportunity to subscribe by asking them at the beginning of your video. So, but I ask at the beginning and at the end, so you could try both. It's quite said, why does YouTube ask for your phone number? I think when you're starting a new channel or starting a new Gmail account, they want to verify that it's you. So usually it's for verification purposes. So I think you can use you can ask for email. So generally verification is kind of like for security reasons. I want to know that Gmail, that YouTube channel belongs to. So that's the reason. So in terms of presenting presentation style, I think everybody has a different personality, but I think what you want to do when you're creating your videos, for every new video that you create, pick one point that you want to improve on. So say for instance you saw people in your audience retention graph that dropped off halfway through your video, so go back to that video and listen to what you said halfway through that video where they dropped off, and maybe don't mention that in your next video. Or maybe you could add a card right there, on that point. Or if you see people dropping off in the first 20 seconds of your video, maybe you can skip the intro altogether and just go, make a big splash at the beginning, like an entertaining intro, or switch scenery or something like that. So I think you got to experiment with different styles. So I know when I first began creating videos, they would get a lot of traction, a lot of views, etc. But now it's more competitive, especially in my space. A lot of people jumped on how-to tutorials. So you got to think, how can you stand out from the crowd, do something different, and then change scenes, change your presentation style, etc. So I would say if you want to improve your videos, look at your audience retention graph. If it's like, if you get 30% audience retention, try to get it up to 40%. And once you reach 40%, try to get up to 45%. Once you reach 45%, try to get it up to 50%. If you get up to 50% of people watching your video all the way through, then YouTube will promote your video more to YouTube search and YouTube suggested videos. So, and if you get it up to like 70%, then you've hit the jackpot, because if you get 70% retention on your videos, for sure that YouTube is going to be promoting your videos. So that's something to look at, is to try to improve one thing for each video. So it could be a presentation, could be writing out your script, could be an introduction. You could try different motion graphics, etc. So I think that apart from writing a script, I think is like the foundation of creating a good video, and then after that is your presentation style, and then also your kind of flow of the video. Okay, we're going to comment here. Let's see. Okay, Logan has another question here. Plan out topic, but my son is the one on camera, so I don't have a script. I'm planning to start going on camera and intend to use bullet points. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So, so that means, I guess, that your son doesn't need a script. He just goes on camera or memorizes the whole thing and then goes on camera and then just goes with it. But I think definitely idea of bullet points. If you know your stuff, then bullet points, at least that keeps you on track. Mr. Torbuild saying I sometimes use Canva. I guess that's for writing out a script. And Mr. Torbuild said my highest audience retention is 45%. So I think that's pretty good. But work on trying to get it high, up to 50% or above 50%. So I think that's a good thing to shoot for. And then he says if I delete the video and re-upload the same video, I delete it, does it violate YouTube's terms of service? So if you delete your video, then re-upload the same video, that's fine, because you've deleted the video from your channel and YouTube won't find a duplicate video. So re-uploading the same video after you've deleted it is fine. What's the difference between YouTube's terms of service and YouTube community guidelines? I would just go, look at it. Kind of covers a lot, but I just Google YouTube terms of service and YouTube community guidelines. Just read through what they say, and you'll notice a difference. So if any of you haven't joined my Facebook group, definitely check that out. It's at facebook.com/2videobootcamp. Facebook.com/groups/2videobootcamp, and that you can have an opportunity there to interact with other YouTubers, other creators. Then also you can ask questions and get feedback from your videos. Okay, so Mr. Tool is saying, because I deleted a video and because I had a copyright claim. Yeah, so if you have a copyright claim and delete the video, I would definitely get rid of that copyright claim in your video, so before you upload it again. Otherwise you'll get another copyright claim. So definitely edit out that piece of your video that got a copyright claim, save it, and then re-upload the video. Hey, I want to thank everybody for attending the live stream today, and I got one more question. Is it okay to take the image to your thumbnail? If you got copyright free images to use in your thumbnail, that's fine, or you've taken a photo yourself, that's fine. So make sure you definitely find copyright free images. Don't steal something off the net or from another channel or from another website, because you'll get a copyright violation. You might get your channel taken down. So definitely want to look for free, copyright free images, and even better is take your own images so they're unique and not just stock photos. So yeah, thanks for attending the live stream today. And if you have any more questions that are concerned about how to write a video script template that converts viewers into subscribers on your channel or on your email list, put them in the comments and I'll make sure to answer them, because a lot of people end up watching the replay of this video. They couldn't attend the live stream, so you have an opportunity to ask those questions again by just putting them in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them. So thanks for attending, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.